Welcome to the Wakefield Doctrine, the theory of Clark, Scots, and Rogers. This is Video Friday. I really hope it's episode 3. Otherwise, I'll either have to do the same thing over again, or we'll put a little word balloon on top of the picture and correct myself. Anyway, just a quick post. As you've been reading, of late we've been getting into the technical end, the raison d'etre of the Wakefield Doctrine, and that's been it's one of those things that a lot of things are happening with the doctrine as they should and as we had hoped, but they create tasks that we weren't dealing with before. Case in point is the idea of having active people like Claire and Molly and them come get the doctrine, explore it, learn it, and ask questions. And the question that keeps coming up, and it is a concern for me to convey it correctly enough, is that basic premise of the doctrine, which is, and I said in today's post, when it comes to personality theory, it's not what you are, it's where you are. And we say it that way because the doctrine says that we exist in personal realities of 3 varieties: Clark, Scots, and Rogers. And it's just a regular person living in the world of a Clark is a Clark. And a regular person, well, maybe not so much, a person living in the world of a Scot ends up being a Scot. And all that means is that the appropriate behavior for a person perceiving the world as a Scot would perceive the world is as a predator, aggressive, active, here and now, not very subjective, all of those things that we know Scots represent. So we'll keep coming back to that point because that is the jumping off place. That's our unique angle on this thing, because it just says that, hey, look, if you know what they're seeing, what they're living in, then you know how they're acting, not just how they're acting now, you know how they're going to act tomorrow. I mean, geez, Clark tomorrow is going to respond to a certain situation just as an outsider, just as a creative person, just as all of the things that we know about Clarks would do. And in a sense, as I hear myself describe it, I realize the potential for confusion, because we talk to you, the doctrine says to you, look, a Clark, here's what they look like, Scots and Rogers. And those are the characteristic behaviors exhibited by people who exist in the world of a Clark, Scot, and Roger. And those are useful things because they let you know, okay, you are seeing a Roger, a Scot, or a Clark. But they are not the basis for the personality type label. The basis for the personality type label is the world that we're inferring from those behaviors. We're looking at their actions and putting ourselves in their shoes and saying, okay, this is what they're seeing, the kind of world. And I mean, real basic stuff. The other thing, as long as we're a little bit technical today, is we'll be talking in the forthcoming book about the initial behavioral metaphor, and that's just a Clark-like way of saying, what are they like? Clarks are like outsiders. What are they like? Scots? They're like pack animals, like canids, by the way. I use that term in what we're doing now. Wolves and predators. And Rogers, well, with horns, black and white spots, you got the picture. So that's enough technicality. I don't have anything fun though. I will say we'll watch and see what kind of crazy ass shit comes out on the posts, since they're being written at ungodly hours these days due to the various attempts to heal up from the New Year's Eve massacre there. So I don't have anything fun to suggest other than stay tuned, go visit all of the Friends of the Doctrine, sign up, subscribe, write us comments. Jasmine, we speak to one of our people out there who has a hat, and we're waiting for a picture, damn it. Get us a picture. 10-4, see you guys next Friday.